What is up, DramaAlert Nation? I'm your dude Nude with the news. But before we start any actual news, I'm still gonna need you guys to follow the DramaAlert Instagram. And after you've done that, if you have any tips, breaking stories, or any stories that you'd like to see here on the show, be sure to follow at DramaAlertDM on Twitter. Both of these forms of communication are the easiest way to get in touch with us here at DramaAlert. But our first story today is a big one, coming to us from none other than Logan Paul, who really hasn't done much as of recent, but he's done so much stupid shit in the past that it's coming back to bite him in the ass. So, to preface the story, in 2008, a rap group from Denver called Flowbots released a song called Handlebars about our abilities to make choices in the world. To which, Logan Paul kind of parodied and sampled it and made it super sexually suggestive towards women. One of the models in the video, named Eliza Johnson, ended up coming out and speaking about shooting the video. In this article from Psychology Today, titled, "The Girl Logan Paul Rode with No Handlebars Speaks Up," where she shared her whole experience with Logan Paul, and honestly, it's kind of a treat. So the interview starts off pretty basic, but when asked how shooting went, she gave a pretty unexpected answer. "I believe there were 8 or 9 principal models, and I was the only one who was plus-sized. I'm the base of the bike. He was riding on top of my back the whole video. We're on a little trolley that they rigged up to a truck pulling us, and we did that 5 or 6 times, and we went about 200 meters each time. I was standing there trying to keep my balance with Logan on my back, jumping all over, and holding only another model as we're being pulled by this car. So many times, my legs almost gave out." So pretty much this model shows up to the shoot and has no idea what they're about to do. You then have Macho Man Randy Average, Logan Paul, jumping and bouncing around all of these women, presumably for good footage. Because it doesn't matter who gets their feelings hurt or physically hurt, just as long as the camera's rolling. Gotta keep the revenue coming in somehow. Further along in the interview, the reporter asked if she ever became uncomfortable during the shoot, to which she immediately responded with this: "I definitely became uncomfortable when he wanted to get on my back like that, because it's rare that you're on set and they just throw something at you. Con artists do things like that. I reached my breaking point after the 6th take and my legs were giving out. I was so physically exhausted, I wasn't even able to process what was going on. It wasn't until I was able to see how they edited it and what the full song was that I was able to get the full picture and process psychologically what was going on. Of course, I felt ashamed, and when something like this happens and we kind of become victimized, we don't really realize it, and we just block it out. Or say, maybe it's just me, maybe it's not happening. It's a very confusing type of thing to experience." Which, this is some pretty heavy stuff. This is a no-filtered interview where this woman's just giving her side of the story. But the interview ends off with her giving some advice to Logan, stating, "I would say that I would just like for him to start thinking for himself, if that's possible, because I don't know him enough to say that he's a bad person or that it was his idea or anything like that. But I would say he needs to take a look at what he's representing and what his demographic is and what he's feeding to all of these people." Now, we've yet to hear back from Logan on this, but the Flowbots, whose song that he parodied and made a mockery of, went ahead and uploaded a Logan Paul diss track back in December. Albeit a few months old, it's still very good. And as a matter of fact, roll it.
Just to get the crowd to buy merchandise with our words inscribed on them? That doesn't seem right. I think this clown here deserves some pies on him. I'll put these rhymes in my first advice column. If you like someone, don't blatantly bite from them. If you like women, don't make a bike from them. God, sorry if I sound too do-goody, but for the sake of our community, I'ma take the opportunity to let you know there's another stage after puberty.
Watch out, hold up. I think they said just about everything that needed to be said. So, kudos to you, Flowbots. Also in the news, we have one of, hands down, the dumbest things I've ever covered here on DramaAlert. And no, not in a good way. So, a streamer from professional gaming organization Team Caliber tweeted out, "Hi all. On Thursday, a man ran a red light and hit my cousin and her 6-year-old son, Mateo. Mateo has been in the ICU for days and is going to need months and years of rehab and therapy. If you guys can donate, it's greatly appreciated. If not, please retweet and share." And for obvious reasons, it got an incredible amount of support, with over $5,500 of the $25,000 goal already being raised. Now, this story takes a drastic turn when people who shouldn't have opinions start sharing them. When infamous cam girl, who for some reason identifies as a Twitch streamer, Pink Sparkles, started running her mouth on Twitter. Starting it off by saying this: "This is literally only to pay for her not to have to work. Come on, man. there are people who actually need this money. And before I make any comment on this, gonna continue the conversation with what Nufo said. So, a single mother wanting to take time off of work to be by her 6-year-old son's side after he was in a near-fatal car accident is not a good enough reason to ask for help. There's also tons of medical bills accumulating day by day that insurances won't cover fully. To which, for some reason, Pink Sparkles continued talking by saying, "There are people who need more money than I do, and that's your opinion. If you are so offended by anyone's criticism, you should probably log offline." And believe me, there are people who need that money more. If you had asked for money to cover insurance/medical bills, that's different. Well, Pink Sparkles, I don't know why you just victimized yourself in comparison to a 6-year-old who just about lost his life. Nor do I understand why you think you deserve anything at all. Your entire job is to dress scandalously and dance on camera for children and men with the minds of children aged 14 to 40. And that's because you have no real discernible skills to differentiate you from anyone else. So when a mother who works a 9-to-5 job and is an actual benefit to her community and society as a whole wants to spend some time and be helped with a little bit of money, you know, for the son that she almost just lost in a near-fatal car accident, it's probably better that you just know your place in the world and shut your mouth. Also in the news, and this guy just can't seem to catch a break, but Count Dankula seems to be dealing with some problems on YouTube, tweeting this out yesterday. Literally every single video on my channel has been demonetized, even stuff that was already approved after manual review. Team YouTube seems to have just changed its mind after already approving over half of them. It goes back years. Then proceeds to show that literally every single one of his videos has been demonetized. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this is over a man's sense of humor. This presumably happened over him losing the court case over the dog Nazi salute video. But if that isn't the case, then we'll have updates for you as soon as they break. So be sure to subscribe and turn those post notifications on to stay informed. Also in the news, it's looking like Wendy's isn't the only fast food chain getting into some beef, with In-N-Out Burger filing a restraining order and eventually suing YouTuber Troll Munchies. In this article from the OCR, it explains, In-N-Out Burger wants a restraining order against an online prankster who walked into 2 of its restaurants in the San Fernando Valley posing as the company's CEO, loudly argued with employees, and in one instance, took a hamburger from a customer, threw it to the ground, and stepped on it, claiming it was garbage. Which led Arnie Wensinger, which is an attorney and a vice executive president at In-N-Out, to issue a statement that reads, "We have recently seen an increase of visitors to our stores who are not customers but instead are intentionally disruptive and who then try to promote themselves through social media. These visitors have unfortunately used deceit, fraud, and trespass to their own advantage, and in each instance they have attempted to humiliate, offend, or otherwise make our customers or associates uncomfortable." Going on even further to state, the lawsuit says Roeder and others with him caused significant and irreparable harm to the iconic burger chain with the incidents that took place March 13th at a Van Nuys restaurant and March 14th at a Burbank In-N-Out. It wants the court to impose a $1,000 per violation of the order and seeks damages of more than $25,000. And buddy, from one YouTuber to another, I just hope ad revenue is good this month, because you're gonna need it. Also in the news, the Dolan twins have announced a break from YouTube. In their most recent video, titled Bye For Now, they explained the pretty typical YouTube success story that at first they were doing it just because they thought their videos were funny and it was just them laughing at the videos, and now it's a full-on job. They will still, however, be actively participating on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and television. Just not YouTube. And in our final story for the day, I always like to end it off on a good one, just because, you know, it makes my heart feel good. And this guy deserves some credit because honestly, he didn't have to do what he did, and it was pretty cool. With Twitch streamer Dankula, love the name by the way, who has over 40,000 followers on the platform, helping a disabled woman across the street. Roll it.
How's it going?
Okay. I wish you weren't busy. Can you help push me?
Yeah, I can try to help push you.
It's hard. Yeah.
Can I press the nitro?
Yeah.
Wait, how? Nah, I won't push too fast.
Yes, I did, you do.
It is?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, just so little.
See, now doesn't stuff like that just make your heart happy? Like, I mean, good job, buddy. Honestly, that's awesome. That, and I really wished you would have went fast. You just trucked it behind. That would have been hysterical. Anyway, that's all the news we have for you today here at Drama Alert. If you enjoyed the video, drop a sub, drop a like, and turn on those post notifications. If you enjoyed me, my name's Nuda, and I make semi-quality YouTube content. And all of my links are down in the description below. Drama Alert Nation, now over 3,648,000. Use code KEEM on G Fuel products. Subscribers.